the Skins lost 2 more starters for the season. They placed running back Rob Kelly and linebacker Will Compton on injured reserve on Tuesday. Kelly, of course, suffered a high ankle sprain and also sprained his left MCL in the first half of the loss to the Vikings. He had missed 2 other games, also parts of others because of various injuries this season. Really a disappointing season for Rob Kelly. His chance to put sort of a stranglehold on the position.
Yeah.
62 carries for 194 yards, 3 touchdowns, an average of 3.2 yards per carry. Of course, the Redskins then signed running back Byron Marshall off the Eagles practice squad to take his place. But Samaje Perine will get his opportunity as the primary back for the Skins. Chris Thompson, of course, will remain in his role sort of as a third down, pass-catching kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it kind of sucks for Kelly.
Just real quick on Compton, he suffered a Liz Frank sprain. So that's got to be better than a Liz Frank.
That's the hot fire injury now, getting that Liz Frank
But
injury.
it's serious enough that they shut him down.
Shut him down. That's better than the got to be better than the fracture. And, of course, he had just gotten his opportunity. Remember, he played last year in like 90% of the snaps or something. I mean, he was a huge contributor last year. This year, though, with Zach Brown and company.
Not that this means anything, fellas, but the number is coming down.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Well, I want to touch on that.
Yep.
But with Zach Brown kind of dominating this year, took a lot of his time, and then Mason Foster going down, Will Compton started to get some playing time and played really well.
Seattle game, yep.
In that Seattle game. So I guess they're going to sign, I'm not sure if they're going to sign linebacker Zach Vigil to take Compton's spot on the roster. Vigil's a guy who the Redskins had cut earlier in the summer.
So would Vigil be active for the game? I guess he would.
I'm not sure. They also have, so far, they have 2 other defensive starters on the injured reserve. I'm stealing all this from John Kimes' reporting. Of course, remember, Phil Taylor, they kind of expected big things from him. He got hurt early. Jonathan Allen, who a lot of people say has been really missed since he's gone down. And then, of course, they can't seem to get Ioannidis right yet. So
no, you're going to see him missed when they keep handing the ball off to Ingram and Kamara in a few days down in the Superdome.
So they've got their hands full against the Saints, and I'll take credit for this. I've convinced the guys to go all in. We've got a $1,400 bet.
We got 3 huge Saints fans in this room.
I'm feeling worse and worse about it as we approach the game.
We got $1,400 on the Saints.
It's a money line bet, right?
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Those are the bets I favor. Jason likes to bet the spread or tease or parlay.
Are you kidding me? I love money line parlays.
I like money line bets.
Say, I like to tease the Saints with another team.
That's too hard to hit 2. I just want to hit 1.
You could do that on the side. I'm sure you will.
Now
hedge yourself a bit.
Now you can always cross over into college. You can do the Saints with a college play too. You don't have to do 2 NFL winners.
Interesting.
I'm just saying that anything can happen.
So we're each in for $360, basically. Jason chopped his share with Valdez. Be a little soft over there. $360 to win $100. Listen, I'd love to lose it. I just don't see it. Now, the great news is, I've said multiple times, I did the same thing against the Raiders, lost. And I did the same thing against the Seahawks and lost. And the Redskins came up big both times. So
theory for you.
I don't think they're going to pull it off 3 times in a row, 3 improbable victories. This one looks really insurmountable. I mean, you're talking about a Saints team that's got a top 3 offense, a top 5 defense. They're not even relying on Drew Brees anymore.
And the Saints have to keep the Panthers, in second place in
that
division.
It's an important game to them. It's a home game for them.
It's a big game for
them. The Redskins have some bizarre, favorable record against the Saints historically.
I don't care about that so much.
That's back when Jim Everett was
a lot of those games are when the fans were wearing bags over their heads.
Right.
When they were terrible.
The Aints.
We do have, certainly everyone remembers the 2012 win with RG3. But I just don't know, with all of the injuries and everything else, and as poorly as they played last week, I just don't know. Now, the good news is there is no carryover week to week. The only carryover for the Redskins is that they're still banged up. They tried to play their guys up front. But, Trent's never going to be 100%.
No.
Sheriff struggled by most accounts.
And remember that
Spencer Long, I think, was only able to play about 12 snaps.
People aren't really talking about this, but after the game, if they lose, I think that's it's pretty much officially done, but they play a short week game. They played the Giants on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Right.
All right, so they have like a 3-day break, and then they're playing again, and when you have that many injuries, man, that hurts.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do. The Saints are averaging 29.8 points per game.
Second in the league.
Okay.
No, maybe not second.
It's third. Third in the league. They're giving up only 18 points per game. Okay. You're talking about a top 3 offense and a top 5 defense in terms of points per game. They're not reliant on Drew Brees, even though he's still going to pass for over 4,300 yards this year. That's what he's on track for at 38 years of age. They're getting great running contributions from Ingram and Alvin Kamara, third-round draft pick. They've got the big receiver, I guess, is their leading target, the kid from Ohio State.
Yep.
They just have so many weapons. And with the Redskins struggling like they did last week, I don't know. I'm sure they'll have a better effort this week, but to me it looks almost insurmountable. I don't know how they're going to do it.